Hello, I'm Christine Franklin. I'm an executive wellness coach, and I love to help busy people see that healthy living is actually easy.
My name is Silvana Siskov. I'm a health coach, nutritionist, and I wrote numbers of books focusing on health, weight loss, and nutrition. And today we are going to talk about 5 tips for a healthy lifestyle. Right.
Yes.
So, shall we just start with number one?
Yes. What's your number one?
My number one would be reduce sitting.
Oh, that's an excellent one.
Yes.
Oh, I
That
love
would be
that.
number one. Yes, because these days, especially, everybody spending so much time on the computer, laptop, with the phone in their hands, driving a car, not walking enough. So definitely would be reduce sitting. Yes.
So
But
important.
yeah, but one tip I can give, like for people who like watching TV a lot,
Mm-hmm.
uh, there's so many adverts on TV. If you really want to watch TV, yeah, sit down, watch TV. But then every time when the advert comes on, walk around the room.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because when you think
Mm-hmm.
about those adverts, they usually last like a 2, 3, sometimes 4 minutes.
Yes.
And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just a walking around the room could
Mm.
help a bit of, move a little bit more.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, for
Yeah,
sure. Oh, I love that.
yeah.
Well, since you mentioned that, I'll follow right on with
Okay.
one related to TV. So, people often eat while they're watching TV,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't recommend that. So, of course, you maybe can take a handful of something, literally a handful of something, and munch on it and leave it at that. But other than that, definitely I recommend eating meals and even eating your other snacks away from being consumed with watching something because you don't realize how
Mm-hmm.
much you're eating. And people usually sit with a big bowl of something or a big bag of something and they just keep popping it into their mouths. And you have no idea how much you've actually consumed by the time you finally stop.
Mm-hmm.
So, or sometimes you realize the bag is empty or the bowl is empty before you even thought that it would be. You wonder, oh my gosh, I ate that already. Yes, you did because you weren't eating mindfully. So, I recommend sitting quietly and mindfully eating whatever you're eating. Enjoy the taste, enjoy the flavor, savor it, have gratitude for the food that you have that others may not have, and that way, it actually does your body even better than if you just, you know, rush your eating and shove it all down, or if you sit mindlessly eating in front of the TV. So,
Yeah.
mindful eating, I think, is extremely important. So, you're very conscious of how your body feels as you're eating and how much you're eating.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And when we watch TV, we are focusing on the TV. We are focusing on what we are watching rather
Yes,
than what we are eating. But that applies also to everything. Like if we are eating while we are doing some work on a computer,
yes.
if we are eating while we are, driving a car, while we are talking on the phone, we are not really
Mm-hmm.
focusing on eating, and it's very
Yes,
easy to overeat.
yes, for sure. And you
Yeah.
don't even realize when you're full either.
No. No. Yeah.
So you don't give
Yeah.
yourself a chance to realize that you're starting to feel full.
Yeah. Because we are not thinking about it.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very easy to overeat if we don't think about what we are
Mm-hmm.
actually eating. Yeah,
So
it's a
true.
good one. So the number 3 for me would be eat small portions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which means then y- you should eat more regularly, but eat small portions. Because I
Yes.
know so many people who maybe have a breakfast, maybe they don't have a breakfast, and then they have something little bit in the afternoon, and then they have a huge dinner in the evening because they're hungry.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's not the way to go, because then because you're so hungry, you haven't eaten all day, you're gonna eat so much in the evening, much more than your body actually needs.
Yes. Yes. So true. That's a good
Yes.
point.
So it's really kind of, it's about eating more regularly, but eating smaller portions,
Yes. Great
you
way to
know.
control how much you're eating. Yep.
Yeah. But even like for people who are following intermittent fasting diet, and I know quite a few people who follow the diet, that also apply to them. You know, if they have a window of eating of 10 hours or 8 hours or whatever, it doesn't matter how many hours. This also applies to them during that
Hmm.
eating window. I would suggest to them again to eat kind of more regularly, but eat smaller portions.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
really good one.
So what is tips number 4?
Number 4. So let's see, there's so many. So
Yeah, there are so many, yes.
there's so many things that go into having a healthy lifestyle. I would say for sure, a big one for me with the clients that I work with is reduce stress, because
Okay,
people
yes.
often think about what they're eating, how much they're eating, exercising in terms of weight loss or weight management. But there's also the element of stress, which can actually help your weight to increase rather than help you to lose weight.
Mm,
And, if you are constantly worried about something, constantly feeling frazzled, your cortisol levels are going to be typically higher, and that's going to encourage storage of fat. So that's the last thing that you want.
mm,
And just generally, your mental health is just as important as your physical health. So we can't think about only one and forget about the other, because they do affect each other. What you eat affects how your brain works and your mood and your hormones that affect your mood, and how we think in terms of stress and worry, that will also affect how well we digest our food, and our risk of chronic disease that goes up when we're stressed. So it's really important to do things like setting boundaries and thinking about how you will de-stress. So have a plan for de-stressing, and make sure you make yourself a priority and practice self-love, not just self-care, but self-love in every area, so you maintain a sense of control over your life and reduce stress wherever you can. So that's extremely important.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good one because we are all under stress these days. We have different type of stress. But also what I want to mention is that sometimes clients ask me, what can help me to distress, but I don't know, we are all different, and it's important to find out what's how we can distress. Each person is can find kind of way to distress in different ways. So for myself, for instance, I like playing sports, I like going for a long walks. To me that's very distressing, but for someone else they might find it too stressful if they
Yeah.
don't like doing it. Another person might find doing a meditation or a mindfulness that quite distressing, but someone else might find it's a bit too much and
Yeah.
they can't deal with it, might even might put them under more stress.
Yes.
So yeah, it's very important to find out what is it that each of us want and like and need, and then do that.
Yes. And because we live in such a distracting world, sometimes people don't even know what it is. So it might help to
Mm.
work with someone. I typically brainstorm with clients ways that might work for them based on the preferences that they have indicated. But, it is a process, because sometimes we're so used to just being on the go, we don't even think about
Mm.
what we'd like to do to actually slow down, what would work for us. So that does take some time and some thought.
Yeah, and some people don't are not even sure what is out there that can
Yes.
help them to distress.
Yes.
Yeah,
So true.
that's why. Yeah, that's why, as you said, it's important to brainstorm. And when I work with clients, kind of, I really brainstorm with them. What is it in their eyes that they believe that can help them,
Mm-hmm.
and then start from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
excellent. So what is
The,
number 5?
number 5, well, following that one, as you mentioned, stress, then I'm thinking the next one could be spend more time outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Love that.
that's quite important one.
Yes.
Yeah, because I mean, as we said, we can mention like 20 tips for healthy
Oh,
lifestyle, but we are
yeah.
just focusing on 5 now. So yeah, spending more time outdoors because we are just spending so much time indoors these days.
Yes.
You know, because yeah, we are all we are all on the computers all the time, or in a car, or in the offices, or even when we go for exercise in a gym, again it's
Mm-hmm.
indoor.
Yes.
Lots of things we do these days are indoors.
Yes. Even if it's
Yeah,
just going out into your backyard or,
yeah, yeah,
sitting in your patio, something, anything that can help you
yeah,
get some fresh air and get connected to nature. I
yeah,
totally
yeah.
agree. That's
and
important.
and we can all, I'm sure we can all benefit bit more of it from vitamin D that comes from the sun.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So yeah, especially in in Europe in the winter. Now, luckily,
Mhm.
summer is coming soon. But yeah, yeah, it's important to be outdoor as as often as we can. Really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent point. So I'm sure there's something in there for someone. Anyone who's listening can find something that's helpful to help them live a healthy lifestyle in these 5 points. So do you remember them all? Because I'm not sure I do.
Oh God. Okay. We said. I said reduce sitting.
Yes. And then
Uh,
I said, what did I say after that? I don't remember. I remember the
we'll
one
need
about
to,
stress. I definitely
yeah, we'll
remember
need to
that
listen to this. Reduce
we talked
sitting.
about stress. So reduce stress for sure is
Yes.
one.
Spend more time outdoors. Eat small portions.
Yes, yes.
And your second one, I cannot remember. Um,
Even I that said it can't remember, but at least as you were listening, you would have heard it. So
yes. Because there's just so many of them out there. There are
are
so many tips that we can share with people
oh
that yeah.
mindful eating. I remember that followed
Yes.
on from your
Yes.
TV
Yes,
point
that's right.
about not
Mindful
sitting
eating.
and watching
Yes,
TV.
that's right.
So yes, so eating mindfully. Because I just thought about that on the flight as you were talking about sitting in front of the TV. That's why I didn't remember it.
Right, good.
Yes.
So those are the 5 tips for a healthy lifestyle. And as I said, we can spend hours talking about this, but those are kind of quite good 5 tips. If you just to follow those 5, oh, you'll be good.
Oh yes, for sure. So next week, what is on the cards?
Next week, we'll talk about how to stop drinking sugar.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, because
Yeah.
everybody thinks about eating sugar, but
Yes.
we don't often hear about drinking sugar. So that is
No,
going
no,
to be
no.
a good one.
Okay. See you next week.
See you then.